Hey everyone, Stacy here with the Bargain Bandit, and it is Tuesday, December 11th, 2012. And today I have some pretty cool things to show you. I had a really great week of sales, so I had to be super duper selective in what I was going to show you because I only try and show, enough items so that the video doesn't get to be completely ridiculously long. Don't forget to check out my blog, crosshouseofcards.com. I will have a bonus item that I did not show in my video that I did sell recently and show you what kind of profit I made. I did that last week as well, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff on my website now, so go check it out, crosshouseofcards.com. After I show you some items that I sold, I'm going to show you my top 3 favorite picks from this past weekend. And as you guys can probably tell, I've been pretty busy. I skipped Friday and Saturday yard sailing because I was super busy and I wasn't feeling so well. And I felt so guilty about not being out there buying anything that I decided to go to a couple auctions. I went to one on Saturday night, which was kind of and then I went to an estate and consignment auction on Sunday morning, started at 9 a.m., and I left about 1, and it was still going. My car was full by 1 o'clock, so I was like, well, I'm done. Got to get out of here now. And I got a ton of stuff. You can check out my On the Road, where I take you on the road with me to the auctions, and my haul video from that second auction. They're here on this channel, so just go check them out. And I'll show you my top 3 picks from this past auction. All of them come from Sundays, and they're all kind of interesting. I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of research yet on the many items I got, but the 3 items that I picked out for my top 3 are the ones that caught my eye the most, that I was like, let me grab those and research them. And I did some research on them, and I'll be able to tell you a little bit about them. And then finally, of course, I have my shout out, so stay tuned till the end of the episode to see which YouTuber gets the shout out this week. Thank you everyone for watching, and let's get on with the sales. I'm sure just about everyone is familiar with Simon. It's a game that, it's a big round game with 4 buttons on it of different colors and they make different sounds, and you're supposed to push the buttons. Beep, 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 beep. I even have a t-shirt that has a Simon on it, and I didn't realize how perverted that shirt was until a gay man went up to me and went beep, 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 beep. Like he was playing with my boobs, but he was playing with Simon. So I was like, oh, yeah, this shirt. Can't wear that anymore. But it's still kind of neat, the whole Simon, thing is really popular still. I had one when I was a kid. I've actually sold a Simon. So if you can find Simons in working condition, they actually go for pretty good money. This is not a Simon. It is the Radio Shack knockoff. It's a tiny little device, little square device called the Pocket Repeat. So it's like a little tiny version of Simon. It was Radio Shack's version from the 80s. And it's got the 4 buttons on it, the same concept altogether. It's just tiny and not as well made as Simon. But they're still worth pretty good money. I've had mine for a while. I got some offers and I was like, no, I'll hold out for a little bit more. And it eventually sold. It sold this week. And I did okay on it, considering that when you do find these little things, if they work, you're not going to spend a lot of money on them. Nobody's going to charge you a whole lot of money for a little Pocket Repeat. And I got mine super cheap. So look out for those Pocket Repeats, and definitely be on the lookout for vintage Simons from the late 70s, because those is gold if they work. There's been a lot of chatter on YouTube about coffee mugs lately, so I decided to show one of my coffee mugs that sold. And this one was a Disney coffee mug, Winnie the Pooh. It had like a relief 3D thing going on it with like Winnie the Pooh coming out a little bit. It was an oversized mug, Disney, official, Disney mug. Really great condition, doesn't look like it had ever been used. Picked it up at an estate sale a couple weeks ago for $1, and I sold it for $15. Those kinds of mugs, the Disney, the Starbucks, you might have to hold on to them for a little while to get the kind of money you're looking for them. This one sold pretty quick, but I still have a Starbucks mug that I'm holding out for on the money. I know if I reduce my price, I have it at 20 right now. If I reduce my price to 15, it would probably sell like that. But I'm just trying to hold out and see if I can't get a little bit more for it. I'll probably reduce my price to 15 in a week if it still hasn't sold. But the Starbucks Disney mugs, pick those up all day long. Other kinds of mugs that are, if they're interesting to you, they're going to be interesting to somebody, and they'll eventually sell. Even if it's only for $6 or $7, you're talking, you spend 25 cents to 50 cents on a mug. I did spend $1 on the Winnie the Pooh mug, but you got to know what you're looking for. I'd spend extra money on the Starbucks and the Disney mugs all day long, especially ones that have like the 3D stuff going on. So definitely coffee mugs are profitable if you know what to look for, and of course, get them in good condition. The next two items I'm going to show you is designed to kind of show you an area to always be thinking about when you're out looking, and that is video game collectibles. Not video games, but video game collectibles. The first item I'm going to show you is something I actually got for free back in my days of working in the video game industry, and it was a figurine of Fiona Vi, who is the mascot for EverQuest and EverQuest 2, a Sony Online Entertainment MMO franchise. And she stood about this tall. I kept her in good condition. She just sat on a shelf for me for years. She had like a little wand because she was a magician, staff we call it, and like just a little figurine. And I sold that for really good money. And these video game collectibles, and I'm wearing one right now. This is an original Asheron's Call t-shirt. I'll never let go of this. Asheron's Call is my favorite MMO of all time. It was my first. Your first is always your true love, right? But be on the lookout for video game collectibles of any type, because there is always a market for them. Always. Doesn't matter what time of year it is or anything. Like, people want video game collectibles. So the Fiona Vi figure sold, and then I'll show you the next one in a sec. This next video game collectible was a Crash Bandicoot doll that was pretty big. He was about 20 inches tall, pretty big. He is Crash Bandicoot, for anybody who maybe doesn't know who he is originally published by Sony PlayStation. He was a Sony PlayStation exclusive video game, and now he's multi-platform. You can find him pretty much on any system, and it's a platform game where, like a Mario type style game, or a Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega fans. So it's just a platformer character. I also sold a Conquer plush a couple weeks ago for really good money too. Again, another kind of a platformer, I would say. But any type of video game collectibles. This Conquer doll, I paid $1 for it at a thrift store, and I got $25 for it plus shipping. So these things are worth really good money. Video game people, adults who play video games have money to spend. Remember that. And look at your market. The target market for video game collectibles are adults with lots of money, and they'll spend $25 on a plush that they just want from a video game franchise they love. Don't worry, I'm not going to let you guys down. The last two items are board games. The Board Game Queen will not disappoint. The first one I'm going to show you is a travel backgammon. Travel backgammons are a little bit smaller, and their pieces are magnetic, and they're usually in a zippered pouch. Backgammon games in general sell really well, really easily. People still love backgammon. It's actually the first board game I ever learned. My father taught it to me when I was very young. So backgammon is definitely a favorite of mine. But the travel backgammons are worth really good money. I've sold 2 of them now, and the second one I sold for more than I sold the first one for. Just make sure that all the pieces are there. There should be 15 of each color. There should be 2 brown dice, 2 white dice, and 1 doubling die, and then of course 2 of the dice rollers, the cups. And make sure that the condition of the felt is in really good condition, and that the leather on the outside has no tears in it. If all of that is good, you can get $25 easy for a travel backgammon. Finally is my favorite board game sale of the week, because it was for lots and lots of money. I a couple weekends ago showed an on-the-road video where I went and picked up a series of board games from this wonderful woman. She sold them to me for $10, a whole bunch of them. I sold the Scrabble Deluxe in there. I listed it for $59.99 plus shipping, and I was going to reduce the price later this week if it hadn't sold, and it sold. So $60 for a Scrabble Deluxe. It was in great condition. The box had just a tiny bit of wear on it. The pews had a little bit of problems with the stickers that were on them. Other than that, it was in great condition, and $60 easy money. Scrabble Deluxes are the ones with the turntables. And if the turntables are in really good condition, you can get really good money for them, depending on the year. Some years are more valuable than others. But still, Scrabble Deluxes are always good money. If nothing else, you can just sell the tiles for $15 to $20. but if you got a really good copy of it complete, you can get $60 for it. So be on the lookout for Scrabble Deluxes especially. And now it's time for my top 3 favorite picks from this past weekend, and of course they're all auction finds. Woo! So I'm really, kind of mixing it up a lot with my buying. I'm buying from yard sales and thrift stores and estate sales. I'm buying from auctions. I'm buying from Craigslist when I find something on Craigslist. Anywhere I can buy, I buy, and that's something that you always need to be thinking, where can I buy my next item from? Be on the lookout for it, because you never know what you're going to be able to find. So this past weekend, I didn't go to yard sales. I didn't go to thrift stores. I went to auctions. And so the first item I have here is this Coffee Hound mug. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's really neat. And it's got like a dog on the inside there, and then it says here it's got like a meter on it. Kid stuff, weak sister, half cupper, coffee lover, coffee hound. Let me get it in the... And it says Coffee Hound here. It's in good condition, clean. I'm going to put this up for $15 and see if I can get 15 for it, just because the topic is really neat. So that was my first. My second one was one where I actually didn't win the auction. This woman, nobody wanted this for $5, and the guy was trying to sell items for $5 off the table. So he would combine items and try and sell them. And when nobody still wanted what was left on the table, he'd move the items over to the next table and try and sell them for $5. It got to the third table before somebody finally bought everything on the table for $5, and I didn't want what was on the table. The stuff that was on there besides this were not worth $5 to me, and this is not worth $5 to me. So the woman who bought this, I said, hey, I'll give you $1 for the crazy golf game. It's a card game. It's not as old as it looks, but I still think it's neat, and I love the story of how I got it, of course. I went to an auction. I didn't win this item in an auction, but I picked it off of someone for $1 while I was there. So these are the cards. It's just a card game. It's play 18 holes of golf with cards, so you can kind of imagine how the game plays. Like I said, not a super old game. It's not in the best condition. I'm probably only going to get $8 for it, but I still thought that the story of how I got the game was kind of neat, so I wanted to share that. And then finally, my third favorite pick, most of the stuff I bought, I would wait until nobody else wanted anything that was on the table, and then I would bid on what was left on the table, and there were a lot of box lots always left on the table, so I would call this table lots. I'd get 3, 4, 5 lots of stuff that nobody else wanted on the table for $5 or $10. This here, though, was not on a table lot. This was a box lot on a table. He got down. Nobody had picked this up off the table yet. I was looking at what was left on the table besides the lot of camera stuff, and this was in I got a whole bunch of other camera stuff. I got actually 2 of these, but one of them's opened, so it's worth a little bit less. But this one is not open. Anyway, so, I looked at what was left on the table, and I was like, I'll go ahead and pay $5 for a lot off the table. So I paid $5 for the camera lot. It was one of the few lots that I think it was the only lot that wasn't like a table lot that I bought, because I didn't want the other crap that was on the table. So this here is a Vivitar digital 10x25 camera binocular. It retailed for $50, but this is from 2007. I've seen them brand new for $30, they had a sale when they were just trying to get rid of them. They still sell on eBay pretty easily for $20. So I'm going to sell this one for $20. I'll probably sell my open one for $15. And then I got some really cool other stuff in that camera lot that I know I'm going to be able to sell for decent money, and I only paid $5 for that lot. So those are my top 3 favorite picks. And now it's time for my shout out. And my shout out this week goes to, boom, the Bonafide Hustler. Please click here to be taken to his channel. And I'll leave this up for a while. So the Bonafide Hustler has a great channel. He is a bicycle specialist. He knows his thing about bicycles. So if you have questions about bicycles, you can ask him anything you want. He's very open. He has a YouTube channel as well. he's knows a lot of stuff, and I have learned a few things from him. For example, bike jerseys, which I've shown a couple of weeks ago that I sold some bike jerseys for really good money, and I would have never picked them up. I would have never even looked for them had it not been for his channel. So thank you to the Bonafide Hustler for teaching me about bike jerseys, and if you have an interest in bikes, he is the guy to learn from. So that is my shout out, Bonafide Hustler. Click him. Woo! And that brings us to the end of another episode of Bargain Bandit. If you liked this episode, please click like down here, and please subscribe to my channel to be kept abreast of everything I'm doing, which is quite a bit these days. I have the on-the-road videos whenever I go somewhere where I haven't been to thrift stores yet. That'll probably be the next thing I do. I'll take you to some of my thrift stores, go to my garage selling with me, go to my auctions with me. Whatever I'm doing when I'm out on the road and I'm trying to buy things, I'm taking you with me. So be sure to check out my on-the-road videos, my hauls. Also, if I can't fit them into the on-the-road videos because it would be too long, my haul video, my last auction haul, was an hour long because I had that much stuff out of that auction, and I only paid $50 for everything. So go check out what I got for $50. It's a pretty neat haul. So every Tuesday I do the Bargain Bandits. Starting tomorrow, Wednesdays, the Gal Picker Show is coming back. Me and Tracy will be back live at 1 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to be back. We're going to be doing the show on Wednesdays, see how it goes. We're probably going to change the format up a little bit. We have some ideas, so we're not giving up on it. We're just changing some things. Starting next Monday, I want you to all join me at noon at noon Central, which is 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. I am going to be doing a live show here on YouTube all about board games, and I don't have a name of it yet. Maybe it'll be all about board games. What do you guys think of that name? Or if you got a better name, let me know in the comments. I haven't come up with a name exactly yet for my board game show, but it'll be all about picking and selling board games and that type of thing. So come with questions. Check me out on that next Monday. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Be sure to check out my website, crosshouseofcards.com. I am blogging on my website. On there, you're going to find all kinds of features. I'm blogging Monday through Friday. I don't blog on the weekends, although I might occasionally decide to post something up. But for the most part, I'm blogging during the week. Mondays, I have a game you should pick. I've got 2 of those up so far. Yesterday's game you should pick is Life is Rough, which is not about dogs, which is what I initially thought when I picked the board game up that it was going to be about, but it's not. and it's a pretty valuable board game. And then Tuesdays, I do a bonus Bargain Bandit item where I show you an item I recently sold and what kind of profit I made on it. Had a lot to choose from this week. Had to really pare it down for the episode. So, I'm going to have one more item up for you to see what kind of profit I make. And maybe something you should be looking for on my Tuesday blog. On Wednesdays, I do a how-to. Last Wednesday, I how-to'd if you should be getting an eBay store. So if you're wondering if you should get an eBay store, go check out my last week's how-to. On Thursdays, I just do an eBay highlight. Keep it simple. don't want to burn myself out. So I just highlight something I've got on eBay. And then on Fridays, I do a YouTube roundup. And I'm going to leave that. Cha-ching. And so on Fridays, I do a YouTube roundup where I link you to every video I've watched during the past week. So you can watch them too. So that is the end of the episode. Check out my blog. Check out all my videos. Leave me some comments and questions. Let me know what you think. Thank you everyone for watching. And I will see you tomorrow morning at the Gal Picker Show. And if not tomorrow morning, then next time. Bye.